Welcome to Papi Patriarch's panel. All right, so man, this has been something I wanted to do for quite a while. So, it's a little rough to start off, so you have to excuse us. I kind of wanted to let it be more natural, so I kind of let things go. But look forward to doing more of these in the future. So I hope you guys do enjoy. I know I took some time off there, but man, I had the flu. Yeah, man, it hit me hard, man. Hit me real hard, took me out. Couldn't really speak. And then I got these braces in my face, so yeah, it's been a whole ordeal, but I'm so glad, so happy to have you here, listening, just listening to us sit here and I guess rant. So this is gonna be what's called the Kool-Aid mix. Basically what we do here, what I've come up with is that I have a whole bunch of random topics. I throw them up into a pitcher that's filled with some Kool-Aid and sugar, because I'm black. I make myself laugh. But yeah, so I throw them in there and I pick them at a random, and then we just talk about it. We talk about whatever that topic is. Really, the whole point is to get us to talk about subjects that we may know about, that we may not know about. And really, this will kind of open up everybody to different topics and different opinions about these topics. Of course, we're not going to get everything right. Maybe a little bit of misinformation here because we're just going off the cuff. And love to hear what you guys think. Whatever your comments are, you can just put them down below. And then if you feel like we didn't say something that was right or correct, or you need to correct us, hey man, this is what this whole channel is about. Please do go ahead and put a comment down there. If you like the content, go ahead and like it. If you don't like it, please let me know. So give me some constructive criticism. Give us some constructive criticism. So without further ado, from your hosts, Papi Z, Papi Lee, and Papi Tay, this is the start of the show. Enjoy.
Oh God, I'm gonna hit record. Go ahead. I'm like, let me be on my best behavior in this mode.
Kids, close your door. Thank you. Close my door.
Other than that, though, man, it be hot as hell, boy. I be sitting over here, I be feeling that hot ass wind. Boy, I be over here wanting to melt. They be like, it's a little on the news. They be like, it's going to be a cool little chill breeze. I'm like, where are the breeze? Like, that is a blow dryer. Like, stop lying to me.
He be like, how you doing? Welcome to.
Do it like that.
Welcome to the.
Hey, Tyree, don't it feel like a bum standing next to you, whispering in your ear? You got $1. And you're like, shit is hot, boy. The sun is whispering.
Drinking Still Reserve since 1962, nigga.
Shit, hell yeah, boy. 1962 Still Reserve. Back in the day, this used to be $1.40. Now y'all paying $3. 16 boy. What y'all trying to do? Hit a Bible verse on me? Trying to tell me John 3:16? Be like, man, you're the only person I know that can think of some shit like this.
All right.
It's too funny.
There we go. So I'm just going to do a quick intro here. I might use it. I might not use it. Doesn't matter.
What?
But
can you unmute my show?
Welcome. ¿Qué pasó?
This is picking that
What's up, y'all? This is Papi Patriarch. Welcome to the panel. And we got Papi Lee over here.
What's up?
We got Tay C, Papi Tay.
What's going on, folks?
And I guess I'm gonna take up the moniker Papi Z. Broham got that started now.
Oh God, you gotta have the poppies. This is the daddy crew. You gotta start it up, boy.
I feel
daddy
that.
gang over here. You gotta start something.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
All right. So
see, now you're gonna make me want to go change my name. Papa Tay.
Papa Tay. Hey, that sound like hey, don't that sound like something from that's what I was just about to say too. On God, I was about to say,
Yeah. Oh man.
Let's see.
All right.
Good time. Papa Tay.
So yeah, we're gonna call this the. I've been kind of coming up with some names. Maybe the maybe the I don't know, the mix or something like that.
Jump dunk.
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. It's gonna be funny though. Whenever we come up with the name.
What's in your Kool-Aid?
What's it? The Kool-Aid. Okay. Yeah, we'll call this the Kool-Aid. All right.
Know what's
So
in
the whole point of whatever we're gonna name this, the Kool-Aid, for right now, is that we have a whole bunch of topics. You know, we're gonna pick from them randomly and talk about them until we get tired.
Are you rolling your eyes? What are you doing?
With Kool-Aid, you're gonna need some sugar.
This guy.
Yeah, I keep pouring that shit. I'm about to be like,
that ain't enough.
that you like, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
pour a little bit more.
Pour a little bit more than that. Talk about.
Yeah, I'm like, I need more sugar than water at this point. I'm trying to get an insulin tonight. Don't pour that in there.
All right, so whatever topic I pick is what we're gonna talk about. You guys ready?
What?
You sure?
I'm down for whatever you ready.
Where is Biden?
Dead.
Where's this nigga?
I don't know.
Where is he at?
I don't even know if that's the real Biden anymore.
Hold on, I'm gonna look him up right now. I'm gonna see where is Biden.
He knew he wasn't gonna last that long.
I just feel like
Harris and Biden make first joint appearance since ticket exchange 1 day ago. Oh, look at him. He was outside. Oh, this is 2 days ago.
He said, "Catch me outside."
Man.
You know, the only thing is that I don't know if they're actually. I think they might be using body doubles.
Man, you know, well, they the Secret Service type of shit. From what I've seen in the past, they've been known to have a body double.
They
to
always
be able
had a
to,
body
you know,
double.
for the president. Yeah. So sometimes when I be seeing like that Biden NFL, I'm like, please let that be the double, because boy, because I don't know, because the Biden I saw when he got in office, he seemed like, all right, I'm here, I'm ready, you know, I'm down for some stuff, you know. And then now this man looked like he got ran over. He ate 3 skunks and he about to fart. Like, what is going on? Like,
oh man,
I don't know, but.
Okay, so where's Biden? So we found him. Apparently, it's either. I mean, if it's not him, it's his body double. I'm a firm believer that he's. I don't know if he's actually still here with us. I think Biden might have left a while ago. Because the way the whole thing was, because we all know it's a setup. Because he was already showing signs of dementia before he even got in office. They already knew what was up with him. Right?
Yeah.
And then, so they played it through that whole thing because Kamala Harris didn't even have, nobody liked her. It was crazy that anybody even started to just like her all of a sudden out of nowhere, just out of the blue.
Right.
It was just like, oh, okay, yeah, now we're on the Kamala train. Like, since when? Like, she had like the worst freaking pollings of any vice president ever. Like,
right.
And then she just gonna come. Okay. All right, so they hung on to it as long as they could, so that way they couldn't have anybody else go up against her in the Democrats because they would have picked somebody else. They wouldn't have picked her.
Right.
And then okay, now we got to sell her. This is what we got.
Right. I'm telling you now,
So,
dog,
yeah,
the way the situation
that man gone.
is going when they go to Biden. That man is just I don't even know what to say about it. Biden has good points and he has good things that he want to do. He even tried to overturn a lot of the stuff that Trump did. But at this point right now, I don't even know what he's got going on because he kind of, with the whole Ukraine war, like I'm saying, it sounds like I'm off topic, but the way his action was with Ukraine and stuff, was slightly kind of gangster, but at the same time, it was kind of like we'll slap you. I'm gonna be man enough to slap you or punch you one time, Russia, but I'm gonna run away at that point. That's how I felt with
this. The thing is that honestly, how other people view Biden on like as a foreign tip is that he's a weak leader. The man is frail. It's just like there's no way that they perceive him as being any type of a real threat. How like Trump has the better foreign policy hands down, and his ability to go out and talk to a lot of these leaders is what gives him an edge up from a lot of fucking people, to be honest, because nobody else is going to be able to go sit down with Putin and actually get Putin's respect like that.
Right.
Not Kamala. You think Kamala's going to sit there and Putin's going to be like, yeah, I respect it. No, he's not. He's going to have zero respect for her. He already has zero respect for her now.
Oh yeah, he can't stand her. Like
nobody can stand her.
I think what Trump wants to.
But see, I guess we're different in that. For me myself, I'm a conservative. I guess for you, I don't know where you stand politically. Are you?
Oh, me? Me, I always go Democrat, but at the same time, though, I also understand that there's a lot of Republican actions that need to be taken. So I'm in the mix, but I'm more.
I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative.
I'm more Democrat.
If we're gonna talk political parties, I don't take a party. I'm just independent. I signed up as independent. I don't care for the parties, but I am conservative though. Like I would say, like as far as like policy, the policies that I prefer to see are more conservative. But I can, I guess, kind of lean maybe moderate or even libertarian in some aspects. Like Trump, he's a moderate. People don't really know that this man is not even a true like conservative, like like Republican. Like he's a moderate.
Right.
Yeah, he's kind of like almost in the half.
Trump, he just like I said, Trump. That man gets out a lot of crazy shit. That's all I can say. I can't even. All I can say is I'm just surprised because Trump, assassination attempt. I mean, the 34 felonies that he got immunity from.
That assassination attempt, that was staged.
Hold on. You can't be going into the bucket before I get into the bucket. Damn. All right, hold on. Let me. As the moderator, I'm stopping this conversation.
Go ahead, stop that conversation. You see, I'm going straight to the sugar.
Just realized, like, damn.
Y'all threw a Trump, so I was just saying.
I'm saying that black cherry.
You know what? You should put a topic on the back of that black cherry that's special. A random.
Then I would know when I hit it though. I would know if I grabbed it though.
He had that Asian face. Oh.
You funny,
Hey, no, you know what? You should get somebody. You should have somebody write down a topic on a piece of paper, fold it up. You don't look at it, and you just tape it to the back of it. Boom.
Yep.
It don't matter. Somebody random.
All right, here we go. Bro, you won't believe this.
What is it?
You won't believe. Oh, that shit shows up backwards. Attempted assassination on Trump. Go ahead, Tay. Papi Tay.
Oh, see how the universe works? The universe works in mysterious ways, like God had created it to be.
It sure does.
Nah, okay. So I feel about that. Secret Service, they
probably did your mama text.
They go through all these procedures and like look at different angles. Like, okay, how can you be assassinated? Yeah. They should know that place inside out when he was doing his speech. Like, they should already knew that was happening. Like, a lot of people was making memes on it. Like, okay, that was a setup. Like, if somebody's gonna assassinate you, they're gonna assassinate you. They're not gonna take like a few shots, miss, hit you barely in your ear. Like, it just don't make sense. Not only that, has anybody seen his ear? Is it like chipped a little bit, or like what's going on?
And technically, he's supposed to. Technically, if he got hit with a bullet, he's gonna have a piece of his ear missing. Now, can they heal it back with cartilage? They could. They could heal it back. I mean, technically it takes on how, because all they said was he got hit in the ear. We don't know if he got grazed. We don't know if it went through his ear. We don't know. I mean, for all you know, it could have just been blood on the bullet that just hit his face. You don't know.
You said blood on the bullet.
That's all you hear.
I mean, hey, but
well, it's not that. We know it's not that one.
Well, reason why I said that is because the way that this whole situation looks, it looks like it's just magically happens. Like the Secret Service just magically didn't know that would be a good spot to get assassinated. But you had weeks prior to look into it to be able to see that
exactly.
Hey, you scope out if it was, let's put it like this. If it was George W. Bush in the White House right now, back when he was in the White House, the son, every time he gave a meeting somewhere, there were Secret Services on every rooftop. There was Secret Service in every bush, in every tree, flying through the sky, in a helicopter. Like they had everything. They had everything on lock. But when it comes to Trump or whatever. You telling me there's no Secret Service anywhere to be found except the day of? You telling me y'all scoped it out, but y'all ruled it out as an area that would not be able to get a shot from, but then yet you saying some 20-year-old kid gets up there with a rifle and just shoot somebody. And the fact that this kid just randomly gets down off the roof and gets shot up randomly, like how does it, that's another thing that hasn't been really told, is like, how is it that the agent shot a kid after the shot instantly and knew that the kid, you telling me you couldn't shoot that kid from up there?
Well, so from the reports, they had already called him out. I believe it was a couple of minutes or so. I don't have that. I don't have the exact numbers memorized as to how long, but it was long enough for the what do you call it, for the police there to let Secret Service know, hey, there's an issue with somebody trying to get up on top of the building, because they had already called him out like, hey, there's somebody over there before he even got to the building. And then he gets up onto the building and the other people are pointing out like, hey, there's somebody up there. And they're saying like, oh, there's a disconnect between their channels and stuff. I'm like, no, there wasn't.
There's a
it was.
But I mean, hey, that's what
they got a video of the police dash cam showing that somebody was on the roof running. Just that right there. Like if the camera picked the person up, then that means somebody should have saw that.
Somebody
should have saw that.
Here's my question. Here's my thing though. You telling me Trump that was standing still, this boy that's good at shooting, supposedly he's good at shooting, he's been shooting before, lots of times. He missed Trump.
There was another officer.
And his element behind.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. He was using. He wasn't even using a scope. He was just using iron sights. Now, should you be able to hit that? Yeah, but think about it. It's high adrenaline. It's not like he was calm, cool, and collected going on up there. He's not a trained professional. Like the man, he had to be nervous unless he was a straight up psychopath. In which case, I don't see him missing. Because then he would have had a steady shot, and it's not that far away. But if you're climbing up on top of the thing, you've been hugging it. All right, now you got to get the iron sight. That's why when you're in the military, like you train to get tired and have to shoot while you're tired, because it's a different experience. Because you're going, like you're sitting there like, it's not that far away, but you're breathing heavy because your breathing affects how you your shot, your accuracy. I mean, he should have been able to hit him. The reason why he did not hit him, I am not sure. That's the thing. I can't say. I can't say if this is a setup done by them, or this was a failed attempt, or this was a thing done by by the Secret Service themselves, or some type of, because CIA, they have what would be effectively called like sleeper cells. Like there's no hide. Yeah, they can't hide. There's no hiding. That shit came out a while ago. Like we already know about all this stuff. Like all this stuff is public. Like So I mean, it is what it is. But I don't know. what really transpired. All I know is that there obviously was a lack of what do you call that? A lack of danger, like a sense of danger out there, like for that, because it was obvious. I don't know.
I say a lack of intelligence on that end, because a lot of them.
That's why I don't think it is a lack of intelligence. That
you think that they already knew a little bit about some of this?
That a Secret Service and all the stuff that they have is going to be that dumb.
Out of the side of
they can't be that dumb. You can't afford to be that dumb.
Keep in mind,
no
way.
Because because when you really look at it, the whole scenario just was kind of a quick open and closed shut case ordeal. That's what worries me, because normally things like this would extend a little longer than what it has been already. If his life was really in that much danger, you wouldn't really see him out like that. It would be a protocol of, hey, shut this down. We really don't know. We did not know that this was going to happen. Like anything that happened when John F. Kennedy got shot, for instance. I mean, when John F. Kennedy got shot and got killed, they shut everything down.
Right.
They didn't.
You see how the car took off after he got shot? They hit the damn gas pedal and took off.
Yeah,
there's a lot of weird stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff.
I just feel like their sense of urgency under what they were trained for on things that happen that were like, I don't know, stuff like that, was lacking. Either they were new or they were aware of this situation.
So yeah, it's either because you're at this point where it's like, it's a gross negligence that has one that's never really been seen before in the Secret Service since we've had the Secret Service, because that's the most easiest basic thing to cover, and you missed that. Like, there's no way. And there's communication problems in between you and the cops. No way. There's radio. What are you talking about? Communication?
Because I was just watching a video like while we're talking.
Radio channels.
Right.
Yeah, like while we're talking, like I was just watching a video. They talking about, like, the cop just clearly said there's somebody on the roof. Hey, did you see that dude on the roof? It's like, that should have been transferred to Secret Services. Like, hey, okay, there's somebody on the roof. Hey, we're gonna cut this short. Your speech is done.
Yeah.
Like,
and
let's
if
go.
You're not getting a reply off of the channel that you're on, you would think, okay, what are some other channels that they could possibly be on? Because you should have been doing some briefing before you even been doing this stuff, so everybody knows, okay, we had such and such channels set up dedicated for what have you, or we're just like, if we need a clear line to talk to each other because this one's busy,
right?
Exactly.
Like, like something like there would have been extra. There's always extra managers, backups upon. They go plan A to plan Z. Like, they're not.
Not only that, what state was he in?
No way. That's a good question.
Not sure exactly what state he was in.
I'm pretty sure there's some states where they don't like Trump.
Oh, there's a lot of them. I'll tell you that now. There is a lot of them, because of the fact that it is that those states that's most likely that's not gonna like him are gonna mostly be northern states. The southern states, it's just like,
I believe it's Pennsylvania.
Yeah, northern states.
Pennsylvania. He got shot while he was out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I can't say that you can't make an argument for a staged thing. It's just really hard to pull off and like actually be a part of, because if you're getting a real bullet shot at you, because people actually did die, but now, yeah, man, it's like, it's hard to kind of say this, like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit there.
Not only that, I mean, like,
good shot, bro. Don't worry about it. Like, nigga,
not only
I don't
that,
care.
it's like, okay, yeah, it happened.
Like, nigga, I am not gonna stand there and play and start acting like, and just make sure you don't move your head too much. Like, nigga, what happens if the wind blows a little weird? Like, nigga,
yeah, that also goes into play too. That also goes into play. He shot. Wind could have threw the bullet off and barely like got him on the ear. Not only that, just looking at video when you hear the gunshots and then you just see the crowd behind them, like there was no reaction. Then you just see a lady just like pull out her phone, recording shit, and I'm like, the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they talked about I seen some of that stuff on there, and they backed up the scene too because on a lot of them they've been cropping them to make it look like she was holding up a sign and stuff like that. So they showed it wasn't her holding up the sign; it was some guy sitting in front of her was holding up in the sign. Right. It's still kind of weird that she goes to flipping out her phone, but that's the kind of times that we live in. Like that footage that she got, whatever footage that she got, she probably sold that shit for thousands upon thousands of dollars. Right. And Trump get shot. You're thinking in the situation, I'm not really getting shot at. It's this nigga over here, so I'm good. Let me get so I can, we live in different times now. It's not the same. True. It's not the same. It ain't the same. Like where people would act rationally, which is okay. Let me get up out of here. Where's the exit? Niggas is shooting. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah, all I know is the whole thing is with the Trump. Like I said, the whole thing with Trump, or whatever, is wild. Because if they knew beforehand, before Trump took stage, if they knew beforehand that there was some guy that was on the roof of it or whatever, and then you let some odd many minutes later, Trump gets on the stage after you didn't seen somebody already on a roof. Automatically, that should have been a red flag to the Secret Service. That should have been known. You didn't have some time. If you knew about it, you would have time. I mean, especially if it's 10, 15 minutes. If 15 minutes is if it was 15 minutes or more, that's well enough time.
They knew 5. It was like 5 or 6 minutes, something like that, or 2 minutes. Either if it's a minute, it doesn't matter. Like things should have been shut down immediately. If you can't communicate over radio, there has to be other means of communication, other ways to flag them down. Like boom, flags, yo, and they're like, oh, Secret Service like, hey, yo, they can't get in contact with us on the radio. Shut everything down. Everything shut down.
Yeah, if you can't get especially if you can't get in touch with somebody,
get the president. Get the president.
You call somebody on the radio, you're like, hey, Chris. All right, shut everything down. I ain't heard Chris in like the whole twice.
Chris might be dead.
Oh God. That's when you look at Trump and you be like, nigga, you ain't taking the stand for shit until we hear from Chris. That's it. Chris come back. Now if Chris come back and be like, my bad, I was on the toilet. Then you be like, all right, Chris, you fucking up. He's like, you fucking up, Chris. All right, Trump, you get up there. Like, was it one of those scenarios or some shit? Because
he was in the middle of talking. That was the thing. Like, but yeah, it was 2 minutes prior. I don't know if he was already talking. It was during his speech while it was happening. So I think it was during his speech. We're gonna have to go back and fact check some stuff.
It was during his speech when he started talking. The shotter had to shoot over 400 yards. I mean, 400 feet. It was 400 feet that he shot that rifle off that roof. And when he shot from there, supposedly there's a building behind wherever Trump was, where we saw on the camera. You saw the people right there. And then behind those people, there was supposed to be a building that the sniper was on. Well, here's the thing that, like I said, this is why I said a lot of this stuff I don't understand, because the shooter was 400 yards away at a building that was off to, what was it? I think it was Trump's right. I don't know what. It was off Trump's right. It was on Trump's right side. It was 400 yards away. Out in the open. The sniper was on the building that was behind Trump. He could see that building. Now, my thing of it is, like I said, if you see somebody up there, how did it not go down the line? There, out of that whole I didn't hear no channel thing, that's to me, it could be reality, but I feel like, to me, in my opinion, it feels like a myth. Something's not right about that area, because, like I said, that man shouldn't have walked up there if there's somebody up on that roof. Like, I'm not gonna let one of y'all walk up there if you're running for president, and the police officer said, "Hey, there's two people up on that roof over there." And then I'm like, well, hey, if the Secret Service if everybody in the Secret Service knows nobody's supposed to be on that roof, he shouldn't have walked. He shouldn't have been up there. But the sniper is the one that shot him. The sniper shot back 400 yards towards the dude, which killed him instantly.
They said that he got shot twice. First, it was one of the police officers that shot to slow him down, that shot the gun, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 of the CIA or Secret Services shot, and he ended up
sniper,
done.
yeah. Indeed, yeah, the sniper shot killed him. The sniper shot. Here's my thing: police officer got a shot off on him. So if the police on ground could see him on the roof, what is it?
Yeah. That should be suspicious, just right there. Y'all don't find that suspicious?
I could probably say for the exactly. And it's kind of like you could say for the police, it's like they don't want to shoot somebody who might have to be up there. Like it's like but I mean, you could probably tell. Like I mean, they're saying that they reached out to him. So the whole thing is just everything about it.
The reason,
off. It don't make no damn sense.
But the reason why I say this whole thing seems staged to me is because of the fact of this is where I'm getting to, what I was leading up to. After the shooting, Trump dropped to the ground. He ducked behind the podium. You saw the servicemen come in there to try to save his life. Good job. Thanks for serving the country. For those servicemen, they jumped around to save him, which is their job. Trump did somewhat look. I'm not going to lie to you. I felt like Trump didn't have a play in this little attempt. If there was an attempt, I think Trump wasn't played into it. At the time, that's what I was thinking. Until after. When he was getting up off the ground, Secret Service is supposed to hold you down. You're supposed to be basically like an L shape running.
Not only that,
they're running.
A police officer.
While they're running, it's the photos that's afterwards. The reason I say it's the photos afterwards is because of the fact that if you notice, when Trump got off that ground on the podium, he held up his hand and he waved at the fans. Hey, fine, you showed him sign of life. But when he was supposed to keep running because they did not get to the gunman, killed him yet, they only shot a round at him. They did not know he was dead. They were trying to rush to the car before he drive off. They had to push him in the car. But there's a photo with Trump standing there with his arm up in the air, signifying, just shaking. I'm like, dude, at this point, this feels staged, Like, I feel like you set that up. Like either you set it up or in the Secret Service is just oblivious, or they had a play in it with you.
Yeah, it could possibly be something like that. But my only argument against that it could be staged is just that that's a hard thing to stage without accidentally killing somebody. Not to say that it can't be done. It can be done. It's just a very risky play to make. Like who really wants to fuck around and be like, all right, man, so we got the perfect plan, bro. So we're going to set them up on the roof. You just stand there, you know what I'm saying? They're going to pop some shots at you. It's going to come close by, but it ain't going to really hit you.
Like they say, true. I mean, but you gotta look at.
Yeah, nigga. I ain't that kind of gambling man, nigga. Like,
look at John F. Kennedy. There's 2 videos known to man that's true when he died. There's spectators to this day that may still be alive say that they saw the driver turn around and shoot him. John F. Kennedy in the head. Oh, trust me, it's out there. You can actually look it up. There's 2 videos. There's one video that's cropped it where you can see the tree floating in thin air. There's another video which is
pull that off.
Because all he did was he turned around slightly like this with his hand and aimed and shot and kind of slightly turned back around. It looks from a distance. It looked like the driver don't move. That's why he was so far away. The people were so far away. It looks like the driver don't move, but there's been people that was up close that said that he moved, but they were called crazy and they didn't know what they were talking about and stuff. They said,
I guess only because of like the trajectory of like where his stuff went to. Because if he's getting shot from the front, it's gonna come from the back. Like you can get sprayed. Yeah, it's gonna show patterns. It's more, but I don't. I'm gonna have to look at. See, these are the things that we're gonna have to bring up. This is what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to take these topics. All right, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna find the topics and stuff that we talked about. We're gonna have to research them and actually go fact for fact. Like, because I think the most important thing is that we're getting the shit straight, so that we're actually when people are hearing us, that we know what we're talking about. And like, hey, okay, if this is an actual thing that could have happened, at least we could have, some type of proof or evidence and stuff like that we could file for them. But yeah, that's interesting. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, Oh, yeah. Oh, trust me, I looked at that.
Where is Ty?
I looked at. I think he said he had to use the restroom or something. Quick, I'm not sure.
Dang. Well, I want him to be here for the next thing. Okay, we'll just take a quick pause. I'll let this upload.
Got here. You gotta keep a little chest. When you show your chest hair out here, boy, they be like, "Oh God."
Whoever watched this, please cut that out.
God.
Oh, that would be me.
Yeah, you know he gonna cut it out. He gonna be like that. Nope, we gonna take that out.
All right.
We're back in there.
It's part of the Kool-Aid.
Throw at this. Extreme.
Hey, don't waste that sugar though. You better make that Kool-Aid in there.
Right? If you didn't pour that sugar up in there, you better put that Kool-Aid.
It's gonna taste like a notebook.
It's gonna taste like paper and Kool-Aid.
Boy.
You want to see if I'm good at versus AM?
Culture.
Black
culture is the topic.
Black culture.
So what is
Interesting.
So what?
So, and what I kind of meant by that. Okay. What I kind of meant by. All right, hold on. There we go. All right, what I kind of meant by that was is like where we're at, like I guess in black culture. Anybody want to kick that off?
Oh no,
Black culture.
Well, where we at in black culture as currently as today, though, for me, the society we are, is very wishy-washy. And the reason why I say it's wishy-washy is because at a point back when the Black Panthers and, us coming for freedom all the way till about even through the 90s until about, somewhere in the 2000s, I want to say, somewhere, we were strong as a black culture. We were united. We had our issues. I mean, that's with every race, though. We had our inside issues with every race. But as far as the rap industry and music industry to say, was strong. Every black man felt like a man, a king, regardless of what it was. We had our occasional bums and stuff, but like I said, every race has their own fault line in a lot of things. But as our culture, though, we were actually a standpoint culture. We actually stood together. We actually could literally say that what happened in Alabama
in the 2000s.
It's somewhere in the 2000s. I want to say the reason why I say that is because you got to look at the generations now.
Oh, hell
generation.
No.
The reason. Let me hold on.
I'm gonna fight back on that one. I'm gonna fight back on that one because 2000. That's you got the what is it? The 70s, 80s, 90s. All that shit was like, man, this shit has been on fire with the black culture.
See. Reason why I say that. The reason why I say that is because when we started getting to the point, for me, when we started getting to the point to where it was like, let's say around the pride area of pride aspects of being supportive of gay men and stuff, which I'm okay. I don't really care about it. I'm not part of it, but hey, I'm okay with it. They have nothing to do with me. But around that area, Tom, we started getting to the point to where we started letting people basically dictate what we do, say, and do a lot of things. That's why you got people like Dr. Umar that's walking around. No, I do not agree with 90% of the stuff he says. No, I do not. A lot of things, like there's some things that me and him could agree to disagree on, just like with y'all. But the thing about it is, with me, is that I felt like the culture started dropping. It was more not like, I'm not saying like we were dropping as like you can't use our culture. No, it started lacking because we started going into doing some random stuff. Now we're supposed to be adaptive to certain cultures. Like we're supposed to be adaptive to certain cultures. Like we're supposed to take other cultures and put it into our cultures and try to make something new out of it. I can't really see that, but we really see that as a cultural thing for me. I feel like that's just creating a new culture, which is fine, but we can't be adaptive of somebody else's into our own, especially nowadays. A lot of these kids don't even know their own culture because of the fact of how the school process works.
Like this.
Do you even know like right now, I could ask my daughters about Black History Month. I was the one that told them what month it was. A lot of kids, you don't really hear about that no more. Black History Month.
You don't.
You don't hear about. You don't hear about it. You don't
But here
hear
goes the
about like
fun thing.
a lot of things.
I noticed that too, because even on the news, like they was, oh, Cinco de Mayo, oh, this and that. You celebrating every other culture, but when Black History come, y'all don't even talk about it. Y'all throwing Mexican food out, like, oh, try out this Mexican food, or y'all like, what about us? Like, we just went completely to the back of the bus, or like, did y'all just like forget about us? Did y'all just like cancel Black History? Even though Black History is 365 days, I don't give a fuck what anybody say. I celebrate it every day because I'm proud to be Black in this culture. But it's like Broham was saying, we fell off at some point to where we're not doing what as a Black culture should be doing, where we supposed to be lifting up each other, not tearing each other down, not giving them what they want, giving us the opportunity to, hey, I see you struggling, bro. Like, come on, let's go over here. Let's learn something. Let's help each other out. Let me see you build yourself up, because it's like now it's just like, oh, he's getting somewhere. He's doing something. Oh, let me take it out because, I don't like the fact that I don't got what he got. Like, that's what it kind of looked like. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody's so busy. Like, even Tupac said it. Everybody's out for gimme, 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 gimme. It's all mine. And then it's like, get the fuck away from me. You ain't getting what I got. Like, it's just, if we could find some standing ground to where, yeah, we're not always going to agree on everything. But if we could come to that standing ground to where, like, hey, as a Black culture, we need to step up and we need to do better, because these people ain't caring about us. They want us on drugs. They want us in jail. They want us shooting each other. They that's what they like. And then they show it on TV like, oh, this Black man shot this guy, or this Black man is on drugs. This Black man stole from this store. It's like, come on. Like, we can do better. Like, it doesn't have to lead to the same song in most of these damn rap songs talking about killing, shaking your ass, and doing all this other bull crap. It's just like, we could do better. And I know we can do better. Mm-hmm. It's just most of our people is just so ignorant. Like you said, I bet you if I ask this little one right here, do you even know anything about Black history? He probably ain't even gonna say that much. Because there's a lot
of names. Yeah, they don't, because there's a lot of names that have been forgotten.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
No, man.
So George Washington Carver, Rosa Parks.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I do love history. I'm in agreement with I don't know if you know him, Jesse Peterson. I don't know if you know. I've ever heard of him.
I've heard you say that last interview.
Yeah, bro. I told you to check him out. He's hilarious. But I'm in agreement with him. Just looking at the statistics wise, that during the Jim Crow era is when we were the most together. It's when we had the most wealth, and we were better people, as we were better culture than we were after that. Once we started pushing for like the whole desegregation, civil rights, stuff like that. Now the reason why
Jesse Lee
and
Peterson?
You can take yeah.
No, I can't.
Jesse Lee Peterson.
Sorry. Can't.
It's all right. It's all right. You know, like he's hilarious. He's a troll.
He's hilarious, but in a way, it's just like
you gotta remember he grew up during that time.
What's his name again?
On an actual plantation. Right. He can speak of what that era was like versus our own era now.
It's that Black man that was talking with
this is our biggest problem. This is our biggest problem in the Black culture. Is that we put more money on youth than we do on our elders. We put more energy into we give the opinion of our youth more than we do to the elders, which the elders have been around for a lot longer. So yeah, not everybody in agreement, that's from that time is going to be in agreement with them. But looking at the numbers, looking at the statistics, looking at who we were as a people, we were more together during that time than we had ever had been. And that's why we were doing so well. We didn't have 70-something% of people growing up without both parents in their house. That was unheard of in our culture.
It really
That's
was.
what people forget. It was unheard of. Now it's heard of, and now we're saying we're better. How are we better than that generation if we don't have
both
our
parents.
family together? We're looking at what we were looking at is we're like, okay, oh, it was a Jim Crow era, so it's bad. Yeah, things were bad, but guess what? We were strong. People were strong together. They were strong in this adversity. They had been going through adversity for a long ass time, and you know what? They weren't worried about going over to this person, a white town to go eat because they had their own places to eat in their own towns.
Right.
Like people who didn't want. This was the problem with desegregation is you're forcing people to go together who don't want to be together. It's like, and you're telling, and you could somehow for whatever reason, because mind you, okay, I'm gonna give you a big thing. So most black people up until the civil rights movement were Republican or were conservative and Republican. The first Senate, the first Republican senator, I think, was in 1862. The first Democratic black senator was in 1983 or 1986. People don't know the KKK in a lot of the Democratic Party. The people who fought to keep slavery, Democratic Party.
Yeah.
It's like people really don't realize that. Like that's no. Close the door. Okay, I'm gonna lock it. I'm locking it. Close the door. Close the door.
That's why I got little kids.
Stop it!
So, as I was saying, but yeah, like all up until the civil rights movement, most people were, and the other thing is that, hold on, I'm gonna pull up the quote too for you. So, hold on. Lyndon Johnson. Let's see, where he said, what did he say? Yeah, I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 200 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, like, the other thing in black culture is that we've been getting further away from God. Like, think about what they did with hip hop and they did with our music. Every time it's getting a hold of our music, it's somehow flipping it and turning it to where it's about the devil, and then we're supposed to accept that. And it's like you got our men supposedly like you're supposed to be masculine rappers walking around with purses, painting their fingernails, like putting on makeup. Like, what is happening? And we're supposed to be following them. It's like, oh yeah, but they're making money. Like, what does money have to do with your manhood?
Money has nothing to do with your manhood. People. I mean, don't get me wrong. The average black person's income is crappy as it is. I mean, they got stats. And out of all races, we are the lowest income currently. When Biden first got in the office, and I looked the stats up, and these are facts. You can look them up. Just search on Google black people income, the stats of household income, and it'll show you. When Biden first, the last time I checked was when Biden first got in the office. The average black person was making $30,000 a year as a single father. The average black man was making $30,000 a year, but as a single father of any other race, their average was between 37 up to 69. That was it. That was just only with a high school diploma. Mind you, if they were even if they were all working in the same area aspects of a job. But to the black culture topic, like we were talking about, though, is you also got to look at it like this. A lot of people don't realize is that First, we lost, like you said, I agree with you. We lost our way with God. Yes, I am Democrat, but I do vote Democrat. But at the same time, though, I am skeptical about a lot of Democrat issues anyway. That's why I've been somewhat independent, but somewhat Democrat. At the same time, I kind of fluctuate. I kind of go a skittle with the subject because if you're offering the best, and the reason why I say everybody actually is, and even if you are independent, you're still a skittle to the subject because of the fact of it is that you don't know for sure if that person is right for office. He could be Republican, he could be independent, he could be Democrat, but you want to put the best person in there that's going to actually guide something for you. As Black people, we got to stop going for who's in office if they're Black or not. If they was raised, like, we look at the wrong situation. We look at the wrong topics of a congressman or a president or anybody that we vote for, even your governor or mayor or your vice principal. I mean, you look at the wrong topics. Like, oh, I know her; she a good person. That don't mean that she has good plans. That don't mean nothing. I mean, I know my brother, and I've known my brother all my life. And I can say, oh, that's my brother. Vote for him. And then he go in there and fuck some shit. He go in there and fuck some shit up in the office. Like, that don't mean he got good plans. Like, you got to understand where they're coming at. You got to actually. That's why I tell people when they ask these questions at the presidential and stuff, as Black people, as our culture, we want to get better and stronger. We gonna have to go in there and ask the Black culture questions that are going to help our culture. Don't go asking for no reparations. When we gonna be legal? When we gonna do this?
we gonna be legal?
That's the typical questions that we ask as Black people. We ask I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna say we all stupid. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. We just ask the dumbass questions. We ask the blackest questions at the wrong time. All the fucking time. We do. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, come on.
It's a good question, though.
But you gotta go back to that Obama interview. If you remember Obama, when he did that interview and that black dude asked him, when we gonna be legal? And it was like, what? I'm looking like, are you serious? This nigga really just asked the president on a presidential stage, when we gonna be legal? Somebody sit this nigga down.
Well, you are the Black president, so
I mean, look, at that moment when he asked Obama that shit, I felt like Uncle Ruckus. I was like, you niggas can't go nowhere. I was like, I felt like Uncle Ruckus when niggas be doing stupid shit like that. But but to the topic though, yes, the Black culture has been washed. I'm not gonna say whitewash. I'm not gonna say Mexican wash. None of that. It don't matter what race. It's been washed because we have literally let other people dictate our culture for us because of the fact that our youth in the Black culture is the only youth that's actually trying to step over the people that made the way. They're trying to make their way, yes, but they're trying to make their way too fast. They're trying to go from McDonald's to a millionaire in 24 hours. It's not gonna work.
You jumping in there, Tacey? You said you had something to say, Tacey? Ty?
No, he was agreeing. Okay.
No, I'm listening. I'm agreeing. What he said.
Oh yeah, but it's like, like I said, the Black culture. If we literally sat down, if you sit down and read one thing about one person in Black history, go read about the man that made peanut butter and a light bulb or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Go read about the man that invented something. I don't care if it's something small or big. I mean, if you literally sat down and read their history on that person, it's going to make you wonder, why was it so hard, or why did they go through so much trouble just to do this? Just to make peanut butter.
This is where I'm going to jump in. So as far as when it comes to Black history should really only matter to Black people.
True.
The fact that there's there's a whole month, it don't mean nothing. Like, all it does is reopen old wounds that we didn't even know we had as people. Like, it's not to say that you shouldn't go back and learn about your history. It's just that it's what the whole purpose of the month is even for. So for me, it's like, yeah, it's fine if you celebrate it, blah, blah, you learn about Black people. I think that's great. But to ask to ask a predominantly white nation to start putting more emphasis on black people and our culture more than their own that's a weird thing. That's a weird thing to ask somebody, a group of people to ask. Like what if they came over to us? It's like, yo, you need to start teaching your kids more about white culture, man.
No, fuck your culture.
Right?
Well, no, it's not fuck your culture. We live in their culture. Like the whole premise of this nation is is of their culture. See, there's the thing I like to say is that was it like the Europeans were able to make a great nation, but black people were able to make a great nation more marketable. Like we are the most marketable culture on the planet. Like
that's true.
The way everybody dresses, music, change of food, all kinds of stuff. Like even the words that we use in English, like in order for you to sound, we constantly come up with new dances, constantly come up with new music, constantly come up with new stuff. Like that's what we do here. That's what we do as black Americans. But my thing is that you're wanting people to take up on something that we as a people have to do for ourselves. Like nobody's stopping us from teaching our kids about Black history. Like nobody's. It's like they don't need to do anything. I don't want reparations. I don't want any of this stuff. All that stuff is not necessary. Like I can do it on my own. And these are the ideals that we used to stand on, and the principles we used to stand on when we were back then, before most of our culture shifted over to being more. I shouldn't say liberal. It's not necessarily liberal. It's more like, I guess, I kind of like this progressive attitude towards everything, like where it's like, yeah, it just feels like we've gotten away from like who we actually are, like as a people, because we tend to vote the same. We tend to do a lot of stuff the same in a lot of areas, more than other races, but it's only because of the situation that we were in, and how our people went about doing it, like, basically adapting to that situation. We had to be more together, but now we're splintered like crazy because we allowed ourselves to be. We taken family out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? Like we have been degrading our women. We had, the women have been degrading us. Like like we're at fighting tooth and nail. Like, oh, you're supposed to protect the Black woman, but it's like, yeah, you're supposed to also protect the Black
woman
man.
if the Black woman is tearing us down and she's not protecting us.
But it's on both sides. It's on both sides.
Like you said, it does work. It goes both ways. It's the double standard. Like you can't tear down a Black man, and a Black man can't be tearing down a Black woman. You're supposed to be uplifting that woman, and she's supposed to be uplifting you. But if y'all both can't see eye to eye with each other, you're not going to agree on everything. But it's the way that you approach each other. Everybody's so busy doing this and not really listening to each other. Because it's like we cut our ears off and we're like, no, fuck you, you bitch. No, fuck you, nigga. And it's just like you're going back and forth and nobody's really listening to each other to actually help solve the issue that's going on in our culture.
That's because we have a culture now where it incentivizes women on being independent instead of interdependent, and it tells men basically, like, it doesn't give us much of a plan because we have allowed our excuse me, I thought that someone was banging on my door. Because we've allowed in our culture to have this thing where, okay, we're no longer going to really follow what God was telling us to do, where a man is is the head of the family, and the woman's supposed to follow after you. Like now it's like, oh, okay, we're supposed to be like the same. No, that's not how it works. Nothing gets done if you don't have a leader. If somebody's not leading and somebody's not making the decisions, nothing's going to get done. You're just gonna have two people bumping heads all day.
Right.
Like, it doesn't work. Somebody has to take the lead. Somebody has to follow. It's just the law of nature. That's just how it's always worked.
Too many Indians, not enough. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Exactly. Like that's for me. I'm not even a Christian, but if you're going to do anything, like if you read some of these old texts and you read these stories and you learn about them, you realize like, oh, okay, this is why they were saying what they were saying, because they've had centuries, they've had thousands of years of collections of stories and stuff of like showing you like, okay, when we did it this way and we messed around that way, that's when we got really messed up. So then we had to do it. We had to go back and we're like, okay, now we have to do it this way. Because if we do it that way, we're gonna get set on fire. We're gonna kill ourselves if we operate this way. Like, and that's what we're doing. We're not going back to our principles and who we used to be as a people. And it's like, yeah, it's like we make soulful music, we do great things, like, you know, we have done amazing things for the world, like at large. Like, you know, in a lot of different areas. But if we want to continue to actually grow and take charge of our culture, like he was alluding to, then we need to stop with the bullshit, stop with the victim mentality, stop with all this. You got to just live in reality. It's like, yeah, nigga, we got sold. Our own people sold us to another group of people who brought us over here and was treating us like shit. But not all of the people, because they had a whole war of it. Because there's a whole other group of people who was like, yo, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But the other group of people was like, no, this is how we make our living. Right. So it's like, boom, that's where you get the fight. Because you even had black slave owners during that time. And there was black people that was on the Confederate side that was fighting to keep slavery. Like, it wasn't... See, what we see as race today and a culture today didn't exist in. There wasn't a black culture like that. Like there was the beginnings of the culture, but it was all splintered. Everybody was everywhere. People from different tribes and different stuff. Like, you know, not everybody was the same groups of people. Some of these people that probably even were warring with each other. And was snatching each other up and selling each other, like
yeah. But you gotta look. But like I said earlier, though, you gotta look at it like right now. What's the leading cause of all this and our culture weakening is not. I'm not gonna blame the youth, but it goes with the elderly and the youth. It's on both parts. Both parts take the blame on this. The reason why is because the elderly willingly let the youth do whatever they want. At the same time, the youth also is not willing to listen to the elderly that's looking to get them out. You got kids nowadays that's out here shooting people and killing people at the age of 18, 21, 22, all the way, you know, they're so young. They still got a full life.
There's some young ones that's killing the elderly, and they don't they have no remorse for it.
Yeah,
it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, but the statement I'm making on that is the fact that they're sitting up here doing this. They'll kill and do all this shit, but then they'll look towards the elderly to guide them out of it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? How much of a hypocrite standing is that? You tell them to, oh, I got this. I'm gonna run this. I got a big head. You got a big ego. You got a pride. I'm not gonna be what y'all used to be. I'm not gonna take no crap. I'm not going to let nobody make me a slave or do this or do that or do that. No, sir. First of all, it's not the type of slavery that back then that you're going to be in. You enter the new type. There's a new version every decade, every century.
Yeah, once they came up with that whole thing with the Federal Reserves and stuff, that's when everybody went into debt. The whole damn country.
Yeah. And that's what people don't understand. A lot of that stuff is literally only there because of the fact that they don't. What's the word that I'm looking for?
He takes it all serious.
Better yet, a better phrase to say it like this.
Oh my God!
The only way we're gonna get back to where we were then, back to whenever we were the strongest, to even become the strongest again. The only way we're gonna get there is by actually sitting down, and not even technically sitting down, but by acknowledging our weakest points. It's just like an alcohol program for alcoholics. We got to admit that we have a problem that our culture is messing up. Second thing, we got to actually look at what can we do to actually fix the function of making the culture better, stronger, more united. To actually say, hey, what can we tolerate in our culture? Because it's like what he said. It's like what he said. we actually adapted we had to learn our culture off somebody that wasn't from our culture. That's a low below. It's bad when somebody has to teach you your culture that's not in your culture. And then on top of that, they dictate what goes into the books of your culture. The only reason why I can say what the younger generation has done is what the younger generation have done has actually, with that cancel culture deal, what they did was they have actually started making them show their respects by taking down things that are offensive towards the culture, things that actually violate our culture. Having statues up of people that's been lynching people, making it seem like they took down those statues. They've been taking down those paintings. I mean, yeah, I'll give you that. They've been making people change names on stuff. Yeah, I'll give you that. They should have been done that. I mean, that's just like how the Indians got mad at the Washington at the NFL team for them being called Indians. What, you think we're just a mascot here? We're just a joke?
I don't remember them being angry at that. I remember.
No, they were. There was they were.
I haven't heard.
Was upset.
That's the only reason why they changed the Washington Redskins to the Washington Commanders.
Yes.
Oh, that's why.
Because they was complaining.
Lord.
Because just the word redskin was offensive to them.
Redskin was justifying Indians, and they didn't
that's
like
the funny thing, because I know a lot of. I used to go to powwows and stuff with Cherokee, with some from the Cherokees. Never had a problem with the name Redskins.
Yeah, well,
most people don't. See, it's usually that's my thing. It's just like Aunt Jemima, just like Aunt Jemima and stuff like that. It's like exactly why
they got rid of that
Aunt Jemima. That's a staple of America.
Apparently, somebody found a full picture where she's like basically chained to the stove when they took a picture of her smiling.
Oh Lord, good Lord!
So they didn't like that.
Like it's a picture of a black woman. You just removed her from basically from our markets. So what we were having. That's the thing, is like history is not always going to be pretty. You're not going to always like the things that are in that come from history. Yeah, shit was wild back then. Shit was crazy. So what?
Yeah.
And how's it supposed to hurt your feelings now? It's not the same way. Nothing that's that way is this way. Like you can't just, a white person can't just go outside and start doing blackface and start hopping around like, oh nigga, like ain't nobody gonna take that. People are gonna come outside like, bro, what are you get off my street, get out of here. Like now back in the day, most people wouldn't have probably cared. They would just be like, that's funny, and just walked off. But see, so times have changed, things have changed. We just can't be so dang sensitive about our own culture. Like we need to be willing to be able to laugh at ourselves and say like, yeah, that shit is pretty fucking funny. Yeah, that's stupid.
But you gotta look at it though.
It's like
the worst.
It's like nobody was really arguing about that shit up until the whole movement of this PC culture BS stuff that we've been doing. It's like everything's got to be politically correct. Everything's got to like don't hurt people's feelings. Yeah. Like as Americans, when did we get that weak to where it's like, oh yeah, we care about everybody else's feelings? Like, we don't care about your damn feelings.
But you gotta look. But you gotta look at it, right? But you gotta look at it though. The word sensitive, nowadays has so many random ass meanings. And that's because they just throw it in whatever. And the reason
sensitive, I mean by sensitive is that you're making things harm you that shouldn't.
Right. Like you're taking things.
Aunt Jemima being chained up to a stove. Who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, you had red. Yeah. It's like they're Redskins, bro. What are you talking about? They're literally promoting your culture. Every time somebody hears about America, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I remember that football team too." Though.
If that was the case, they should have got rid of the Chiefs.
They got Indians. Oh, I remember when I went over to America, I had pancakes, and they were Aunt Jemima. They had this black character on them. These are things that are part of our culture, and then show these different people. It's like, oh yeah, they're making fun of us.
Right.
Like, so what? Laughter, man. You can make so much. Make so much off of just giving somebody the ability to laugh.
But not all of it is black people, though. Not all of it is black people's culture, though. Some of that has to do with white people, and their culture, or any other race.
We're not Africans.
Like, and I can tell you we're not Africans because
Yeah, I agree
I
with you.
have my grandfather. He's from Malawi. Like, I still talk to people. Still talk to my uncle and my cousins and stuff like that are in Malawi. Like, our culture is not the same. It's not the same type of culture. We're genetically similar to a lot of West Saharan and Bantu people or Nigerians and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not the same. We have a whole complete different culture. Our black culture, our American black culture is not like anybody else's culture. Nobody else came up with fucking blues. Nobody else came up with jazz. Nobody else came up with, what I'm saying, with rock, with R&B, hip hop. Like, nobody else came up with that stuff. Like, that's from our culture. And so that's why I say, like, yeah, like, I'm in it.
And then thrown around, they were copper with different type of hairstyle. They didn't have the hair like in Africa and everything, but they were people already that looked like they came from Africa and they was already here in this land. They were already the indigenous people of this land. Then the $5 Indians start coming into play when they came over here and start bringing some Africans over here. And it's like, because you already had people here, you can't just come onto a land like, oh, I discovered it, but then you already have niggas here living here, and they knew the land better than you did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because technically, me personally, my family's Choctaw and Cherokee. I'm more Choctaw than anything, but I'm Choctaw, Cherokee, Black, and French.
Got a little Cherokee in me.
Right, but I have my Indian card with Choctaw, and with us and with the Indians, with the Choctaw and everything, with us, we basically hear when you hear as a Choctaw, because there's some things I can't really say because we try to keep it on the hush for our Indian roots,
right?
But a lot of the things that we have as Choctaw is that we try to combine. We try to literally bring stuff together. We try to make each other supportive of each other, because you got to look at it like this. When it comes down to, if you really want to talk about the Black culture, let's go back to talking about, since you're saying about before, let's talk about how the Indians was when they was pushed back on the Trail of Tears. They had to adapt to a whole new culture and a whole new land, and by getting pushed out, dropping off along the way, all the way till they made their way to Oklahoma. And people don't realize that. And what people don't realize is that America's history is a dark history. Like, we have a dark history that we don't even want to talk about, because of the fact that even though we talk about our dark history as Americans, what I was saying, Ray, was America, we have a dark history. And the people don't understand is that we try to keep our history, that we try to justify everything that we do in America, not just with Black culture, but every culture. We try to justify everything that happened. But the thing about it is, like I said, every culture is going to have to simply realize, and especially the Black culture is going to have to realize, look, we went through this. We're going to have to find a way to overcome this, and we're going to have to move from this. Their way of getting over sensitive, and this is why I asked you about the word sensitive earlier, is because of the fact that sensitive is people that, like you said, they remove Auntie Mama, they remove these statues, they did all this, and they crying out. The people are crying out for this and that, but be the same ones that turn around and make a meme about the person and then post it and stuff and want to laugh at it. But you were sensitive about this, but then you turn around and you want to laugh at her because she was changed to a stove. Like, that's why I said, so let's define the word sensitive, because of the fact that their word sensitive is that if they see it and it wasn't because of Black people, like Black culture.
Okay, hold on.
What do you think? Like with Black people, with our culture, we had to do a lot. We had to do a lot. I'll wait till Reagan back.
Close your door, sit down, and act like you have some damn sense.
But no, it's just crazy to me. It's really crazy to me, because what was I about to say? What was I about to say? Oh yeah. It's crazy to me because of the fact that when it comes to, this might hit the nail on the head right here, because when it comes to Black culture, I am proud of it. I am deeply proud of what we overcame through our dark problem. I mean, we had. I don't care if we had the worst. It's not about proving who had the worst or the best history, dangers or whatever. We overcame whatever we had to go through. What I don't like is the fact that what's currently going on is that people with this cancel culture or whatever, this little weird ass culture that they got going right now that they're trying to introduce into our culture is not for our culture, because you cannot simply be upsetting about something and then laugh at it later. Meaning they cannot sit there and say, we cannot treat everything that's in the Black culture like the N-word and say, you can't say it, but we can say it. You can't laugh at it, but we can laugh at it. You can't make a meme out of it. We'll make a meme out of it. And we can only laugh at it. That's not how this works. What happens is this. If you want it to stop, you got to stop it in general. Like, hey, we can't say the word nigga no more. Let's stop. Everybody stop saying the word nigga. I mean, is that going to ever happen? No, it's not going to ever stop.
Niggas love saying niggas.
Niggas love say the word niggas. Exactly. But the thing about it is that. But the thing about it is
coming off the tongue.
Facts. But the thing about it is that we got to understand that we're only doing the same thing that white people do, or Asian people do, or Mexican people do, or whatever race does. We do the same thing that they do. You cannot get mad at another race for feeling some way. And even Black people gotta understand, we also, even though we're like the bottom punchline of all races, feel like sometimes, we gotta establish one thing too. We're racist ourselves. Because think about it.
There's nothing wrong with being racist.
Oh yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. It's okay.
Wrong with you being a bigot, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, it's nothing wrong with you being a racist. And really, I don't even call it racist. I don't even call it racist. I call it a well knowledgeable understanding. Yeah, people use the word racist. I use the word as well knowledgeable understanding that another culture is actually kind of fucked up and they fucking up yours type of ordeal. I don't. A lot of people say you're racist because you just referred to him as a white man. No, I'm referring to saying, I'm not saying referring him to being a white man, that him being a white man is bad. I'm saying to the fact that we let the white man do a lot of shit. I'm not here to be a Dr. Umar. I'm here to tell you, or be a Dr. King, or be a Malcolm X. I'm not here to do that, because I can't take over somebody else's platform and promote it. That's not me. The thing of what I'm trying to state is the fact is that as Black people, we got to also understand another thing, is that to understand something, we got to acknowledge something, and acknowledge it. You got to first stop, sit there, look at it, and talk about it before you can actually move on to the next subject in a topic or any situation.
And speaking of that,
shake out that Kool-Aid. Shake it up.
Right, next topic.
Shake it up.
Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it.
Sonya Massey, or Massey, I'm horrible with saying her name. So, have you guys heard of her?
Who is
Sonya Massey? One with the boiling water. I said I rebuke
you. That woman in Springfield. The woman in Springfield
she got shot.
I heard something about that. I just
look it up real quick. Look it up real quick. Tyree, believe me, you should know. This is how crazy that news is today. Is that something so crazy can happen to somebody, and it just all right. Next, on to the next thing. So basically, Sonya Massey. It's spelled Massey. I might be saying her name wrong.
Oh, you talking about the woman that was shot in her house when she was at the water with the sheriff? Okay, so yeah. No,
she was
okay. I looked up her name. Dude, first of all, I've seen the video footage. I'm pretty sure everybody has. I've seen both sides of video footage. These guys walked into the house. I don't know if you probably seen it, right? But these guys walked into the house. I'm not sure. Remember why they walked there, but the video started where he asked her. It started off where he asked her. This is from the partner's standpoint, not the guy that shot her. the original guy. The partner's side was, it started off where she was giving her paper. She was nervous and kind of upset at some stuff, like that. She was taking meds too. You could tell she was on some meds. They asked for her ID and paperwork and all that. She said, okay, yeah. It came up to the point to where, she remembered the stove and the water or whatever, because the other officer said something about it. She got up to go look at it. When she went to go look at it or whatever, it just started escalating from that point. From that point, when she put her hand on that pot or whatever, she did not say anything about throwing water on him or doing anything to him at all. He pulled out her gun when she said something about Jesus. As soon as she
Rebuke
said
you in the
something,
name of Jesus.
exactly, he pulled out that gun right when he said that. That instantly, right there in that video, said he was a devil walking. Because if somebody could say the name Jesus and you could commit harm after that instantly, you a devil walking to me. Because I mean, hey, if she rebuked you and you just started doing that, that's crazy. But
So
she
just to
had
get
her
a
hands up in the air.
few things correct here. So basically, when what was that? So she had called the cops saying that she believes somebody was around her home trying to break in or something like that. I think she was having a mental episode. Something was going on with her. But they called her over. They checked around the area and stuff. Ended up coming. He was already acting pretty rude towards her and everything. So then that's when they get into the conversation, and he just escalates it more and more. And then so she says like, "Oh yeah, the pot is boiling." So she went on to check on it, and then it just kept escalating from there and there. And then she was at one point ducking behind.
The sound just came in all of a sudden. It's showing them. I guess they checking the backyard and shit. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But so she was ducking behind the thing, and then somehow, what is that? She was saying something, and she was just aimed at her, and I guess she ended up spilling the water. I don't know if she tossed it or not. In either case, they were in no danger at all that whole time, and he never de-escalated anything. He just further escalated the situation. It was obvious that she wasn't in her right mind. You got called out there to see if somebody was actually trying to, break into her house. And that's how you're going to treat the person that you're. And then he already had, I think he had ran through six other places.
Police. He was rejected by 6 other police stations. Yeah,
Had
and for
DUIs.
for a mental
Shit.
he kept failing the mental exam at the other locations. He failed them. Yeah, it's proven he failed them, and he had an anger problem, and he was supposed to take meds for it supposedly, but he rejected it. And he did have DUIs and stuff too. He did have that, but he just randomly got into there and passed the psychiatric exam. He passed it through that police station, even though he failed the 6 previous, which lets you know how is it that you can let somebody in that failed 6 previous be in there. It's a lot of that's just crazy. But that water, she never, when her hands went up in the when the water, she never threw it. She actually knocked it down when she fell down from that headshot he gave her, because the first shot he gave her hit her in the head. She knocked it off at that point, and then there was no water ever got thrown up, because you could see there's a pause in the video where they did it on the where they blurred all the extra stuff out, but they did show on the news when they held that press conference of her hands being up in the air when he pulled that gun. All you could see was the mittens, the red mittens with her hands in the air. That was it. And at that point, she went down.
Okay, so she ducked down and was saying,
"Somebody broke.
I'm sorry."
It's showing that somebody
while lifting the pot, and he kept saying, "Drop the effing pot." 3 shots are heard after a few seconds silent, and shots fired. Okay.
Somebody broke into somebody's car. It's showing the body cam. I guess they was outside before they went inside her house and started talking to her.
They were checking the area because she was. I believe she called because she said somebody was trying to break in.
Yeah, because as soon as he came up to the car, it's like the car front window's broken in, the back part of it's broken in, like. Right now it's showing that like he's knocking. Well, he's ringing the doorbell for her to open up the door.
Oh yeah. That's when they were asking, for her identification or something like that.
Yeah, they was asking for her identification, but he was being an asshole to her from that get go. You know, she was just kind of she seemed more scared and spooked than anything, you know, or whatever. Right. Instead of him trying to assess the situation and calm her down before pushing to do anything, she was giving him everything. She was giving him everything he wanted. She was just kind of like looking for it, like rambling because she was kind of scared. You could really sell it, but it also, but it looked like she needed her medicines too, but.
Yeah, man. And that's they asked her about that case right there. Like, where
executed.
How is it that somebody like that is allowed to keep just bouncing around? Like, there needs to be a higher set of guidelines or something. Like, there has to be something where they can check that. It's like where after a certain amount of attempts, or you change too many places. It's kind of like, and it's not within good standing. Like, you're flagged. Boom, you done. Like, you just flagged. And if anybody picks you up, like, you're gonna have to really think about that station. Like what's wrong with y'all?
Wait, so if you
call how corrupt?
I agree. I agree.
To want to pick up somebody who has so many flags on them,
right?
Like, you just thinking it was all accidents, all misunderstandings. Oh yeah, they just misunderstood when I was drunk driving. No, not when I came. They just understood my anger issues. Like, come on, man.
So they're knocking on the door and waiting for her to answer. She has not answered the door.
Is there a way to show it on here at the same time?
I don't know.
You just gotta.
Share screen. Share screen. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, share down there.
Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
No. I see you.
Not yet. Go
to choose to share this one. Oh, okay. Boom. Okay, can you see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can see it.
Pause yours, sorry.
Body cam footage released by the Sangamon County State Attorney's Office shows the final moments of Sonya Massey's life. The Springfield area woman who was fatally shot by
one of the full screen, right?
911 call she made.
How do I
Massey
do that?
called 911 because she thought an intruder was in her home, according to the lawyer representing her family.
Nobody.
Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson and another deputy responded to the call around 12:50 a.m., authorities said. The deputies searched the property and found no intruder. The deputies then asked Massey to check on a pot of boiling water on the stove.
Oh, so they told her to check on the pot of water?
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. He told. That's why I said. That's why I said. Yeah, no, that's why I said. He said the pot of water. They showed
away from your hot steaming water. Away from the hot steaming water.
Yeah, like
I'll shoot you in your what?
How did you go?
Now, she's done. Pause that.
She's done. But that's a headshot.
I gotta go back to the page. There we go. All right.
If you know, look at that. No, remember I told you that he told her that the water was hot, that was boiling, and she went over there. As soon as she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," he said, "I'll shoot you in the head."
Yeah, he said, "I'll shoot you in your fucking face." That's what he said. Yo.
Yeah, because basically the way he's saying it is like, oh, she's gonna throw the pot of water on him, and she's like, oh, I'm rebuking that. No, what I'm saying is his statement gets her to say that because he's saying, oh, I'm getting away from that steaming water, as if like I'm gonna throw it on you. He's like, oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, like, because she's saying like I'm rebuking that statement or how you feel about me. Like, which is trying to say like I'm evil, like
yep.
And then he from there, he said you better.
He was like, I swear to God,
effing not. I swear to God, I will shoot you in your face. Hold on, let's go back. So he says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and then you better effing not. I swear to God, I'll effing shoot you
fucking shoot
at
you at your fucking face. Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot. Yeah.
Now,
drop the fucking pot.
Now, if you keep going, they should.
He's like, I'm gonna go get my kid.
She's done.
She's done.
You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
Yeah, they cut out some. I think cut out some of it because.
Yeah, no, they cut out that part. Well, yeah, I remember I saw the raw footage, but they took it off and they cut it out. The raw footage was.
Yeah, you could see the water spilling down and everything.
Yeah, she never. Okay, so they're not showing the part where her hand was up. Her hand was up in the air, and she had two mittens on end. They were red, and she held them up like this, and then he shot.
But they don't want to show that. They want to show the stupid shit.
Exactly.
They want to show you what they want you to see. They don't want you to see the full video because they want to make her look as the bad person. Because, like how what was I reading? Sometimes it make the bad person look like the good person look like the bad person. Is what they be doing at times.
Yeah, well, everybody agrees that there's no way that this man didn't overreact.
Yeah, that man should have been. That man should have been never in there. That man should have never been in there. That man was in there for no reason. Like that woman lost her life for some bull crap because she called.
Did she have kids?
She called just to get help. I think so. I'm not sure. But she lost her life because of the fact that some man decided he just wanted to be on some other shit. Like that makes no sense. Like she died for an innocence. She died because of dumb shit. Like that shit is just it's unforgivable. It's just fathomless. You can't even fathom it.
They brought it to my driveway. You just left it?
Yeah.
556.
She's saying that's not her car. Because they was asking about the car. She said that was not her car, that somebody dropped it in her driveway. And then they came in. They're like, here, together down. Damn.
Yeah, man, that's just sad. All right, let me put a pause to this real quick.
Okay.
So yeah, this is.
I'm telling you, like that's the mittens in her hand. That's the mittens.
Let me see.
She never picked up the pot. The pot is
the crazy thing is, okay, so he's like, so the one that's with the body camera right now, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go get my medikit. He's telling him not to because he's already dead.
But she wasn't. She didn't die on the scene. She didn't die until minutes later. She could have lived actually, but maybe lived in critical condition.
That they took so long just to administer first aid.
No. The pot is no. If you rewind it back to where the officer says something about the pot, he looks at it. The camera shows you the pot. Shows you the pot color.
Okay.
Yeah, right here. He was looking at the pot.
Right there. Now you see the no. Matter of fact, go back forward a little bit. Go forward a little bit. Right there. Now, right there when she starts walking.
So what? You know what she had? She had the things that you go across.
The
was covering the pot.
You see that pot right there? That's the pot. The pot was never in her hand. She never picked it up. Watch. She moved. Watch. Hold on.
She still has it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I got. Hold on, wait. Who's this? Hey, let me see.
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
You better not. I'll fucking shoot you right now. In your fucking head.
He said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And that was his.
And he was like, you better not.
Yeah, you better not. And look, in her hand, there's no pot. How can she pull her hand up if there's no pot?
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. And then not only that, you see how he walked
this stuff
over the counter? He took 2 steps, like right where he was lined up with the counter somewhat, and he still shot her.
He got closer to her. Yeah.
She ducked down because she didn't trust you. You pulled your gun out. She was defenseless.
Yep.
Please tell me that he's getting charged or something for that.
Oh yeah, he's getting charged. He's definitely getting charged.
Hold on,
they've already charged him and everything. The other officer got suspension. His partner got suspension because he said he should have had better control over the situation of his partner. But
right,
that's the only
it's
thing.
Like at the same time, when he said that I'm gonna go get first aid, he should have said I'm gonna go get first aid and kept.
I mean, there's not much we can do.
Y'all sat there, and when I'm saying that they was sitting there the whole time, she's bleeding out. She could have been saved. But y'all
said she would have. They said
she would have had some type of brain damage.
Yeah. Well, they said that she most likely wouldn't have made it, but they said they could have tried.
That's how I make it full screen. Okay.
Yeah, they said she could have had tried to help her, but they don't think that her chances of living would have been slim.
I'm irritated on that,
still,
bro.
Though,
please close my door.
Yeah, I mean,
because you can hear her. You can hear her in the video. She's trying to breathe, and she's like, you can hear that. Like, there's no way in hell.
All right. Well, that was a sad one. All right, back into the mix. We're gonna pull out another one. It's gonna be our last one. Can you please stop? Thank you. All right. So, last topic: Ukraine versus Mother Russia.
No. I got so many views about Ukraine and Russia, dog. I go on for days. My only thing is what I'm stating is that USA should have stayed out of it, but at the same time, though, let's put it like this. I don't like the fact that we had the shadow box for Ukraine. Mind you, what we did was legal. It was legal, us lending them money, donating them money, and letting them use the money that they donated to buy our weapons so that they can fight Russia. That's legal. Perfectly legal. It's perfectly fine. But at the same time, though, when we started shadowboxing with them by doing extra stuff, by giving them top stuff that we normally wouldn't give to anybody else, but we gave it to them so we know they could defeat Russia a little bit and fight back. We decided to go ahead and help them out. The thing about it is that Russia tries to say they wanted their land back. What I've been reading and over things that I've been shown and read and told and shown, my only belief right now is that, and what I feel is that NATO was trying to qualify Ukraine apart. Ukraine didn't want to be a part of NATO a long time ago anyways. When they decided they were thinking about it, that's when Russia decided to perform this strike. Because if Ukraine would have been part of NATO, they would have been next to Moscow, which Moscow is headquarters for Russia. We all know this. But I felt like they only wanted that piece of land back after all these years because they didn't want the USA to have a hand onto that soil. Because once you become part of NATO, anybody in NATO can touch that soil, no matter what. Anybody, meaning we could have army over there all day. That would have been a hell of an advantage for the USSR against them. That would have been a knockout for Russia.
You said
Russia
the USSR.
Yeah. Reason why I say that is because it still does exist. It's still considered USSR, regardless if they don't call themselves that or not, because they're still for the communistic proportions that they project. They just slim it down into a democracy standpoint, but it's still more communist. It's kind of like North Korea. He has more of a he make it seem like, oh, my people are free, but they worship him like a god. You know what I mean? That's how that stuff. That's how that acts. But another thing that's crazy is that that I think that I find is crazy is how Russia cut off our oil from them, right? Because of that, they cut our oil off. But then guess who swoops in and gets it? China, right? China's like, oh, we're gonna be big brothers. You know, I'm your big brother. You know, I got you, homie. I got you. But they kind of mad at China too, because China said, you know what, USA, I'll sell it back to you if you pay an extra 100,000 onto it, or extra 500,000 onto it. I'll sell it back to you. That's the reason why our oil actually dropped back down some, was because China bought the contract that USA had, but they sell it back to us. So let's just say we get like 75% of what we really had from Russia. We get it from China because China's getting it from Russia. They don't like it, but They can't say nothing to it because it's all political. It's all a political standpoint. But now Ukraine is trying to come in there and trying to be a part of NATO. Now y'all don't want to be tree huggers no more. Y'all want to be a part of us so we can have your back. But at the same time, though,
Wait, you just call them tree huggers?
Yeah, reason why I call them tree huggers is because they were, oh no, we're peaceful here. We don't want to be part of nothing. We want to be a free country by ourselves. We don't want to deal with nobody. But you know how that goes. It's just like how you would say in today's gang society is like you can't be on a block of Crips and not be a part of Crips. You see what I'm saying? They don't like that type of ordeal, or I'm just saying some back in the day type ordeal. Like you can't be on a block with a gang and not be a part of that gang. And even if you weren't a part of that gang, if somebody asks you where you from, they accentuated with that gang because that's where you from. So you a part of them regardless if you were a part of them or not. But
right, so I can say that what I do agree on is that it was definitely the right move for Russia to want, because they're going to want to keep that area and keep Ukraine from being a part of NATO.
Yep.
I just know that right now with their war and everything that's going on over there in Ukraine and everything, it's devastating because right now Putin and his general is supposed to be up for war crimes right now because of that fact, So it's a lot at play there. It's a lot of things that just doesn't make sense to me on a lot of that. Dropped out.
Yeah. What happened?
He dropped out. But it's still recording.
Kind of weird. I don't think we can stop it.
I don't think I can stop it. I think it's on his.
Yeah, I think it's only on him. Well, I mean, like, because we're in his lobby. So, yeah, we can't stop it.
Yeah. You don't have to join.
But nah, like, I haven't really been paying attention to the Ukraine and Russia whole situation ordeal. But Biden is assisting them in ways like how I kind of feel like, okay, we're already struggling in our country for some reason, money wise. Well, and I kind of felt like most of the tax money that we've been given, like you taking taxes out of our paychecks already, then you're sending it to Ukraine. Like that don't make sense. Hey, Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yo.
Yeah. I saw that you lagged out.
Yeah, my whole computer shut off.
Oh damn.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's still recording while we're in here.
I think what it is that we have to cancel out.
You said you can't get back in?
I'm trying to get back in.
Tell him he has to join back in on his own deal.
Yeah, you had to join back in on your own deal. Because we can't even stop it from recording it.
Ask him to join his website, that link he sent me.
Brother, I said try joining off the link that you sent.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying right now. But
That's crazy though.
Oh.
Man, oh, that's so good.
Sound recording. Should we leave out? And then you send the link again?
Yeah, because it's showing me as a guest.
Alright.
Pretty much all the quits here. I mean, we got a lot of.
Yeah. And that I'm sorry, but that Sonya Massey like pissed me off. That Sonya, like, that just boiled my whole entire blood. Like, damn, man.
Oh, can you hear me?
No, I can hear you off the phone, but not through the thing.
No, I was saying, can you hear me?
He can hear you through my headset.
Yeah, we can probably just call it quits here.
Yeah, he's saying call it quits here, bro, huh?
Yeah, we got a good.
All right.
Go ahead and.
Yeah, I'll exit out. I'll jump back on Xbox.
All right, so it is the end of the Papi Patriarchs panel, the first one that we did. So there is some technical difficulties that was happening throughout the show, and there's some things I really want to address about it, but I want to get other people's opinions on it. So please, like I said before in the beginning, go ahead and comment. Whether you like it, you don't like it. I want constructive criticism. You can tell me how great it was, whatever. I just wanted this to be as natural as possible, since it's kind of our first time for everybody doing this kind of situation. From here, it's only gonna go up. We're gonna get a lot better at it. Probably set up some timers or something like that, so we have a set amount of time that we can talk on each topic, so we can get through more topics within a shorter span. Hey, it's been a great ride. I love doing this, and I hope to be doing it for many more years, because it's educating me. I hope it's educating you. This is getting out different opinions, different perceptions on life. It's beautiful. We got kids to raise out here, so I know all the fathers out there, man, you all have opinions. You all have things that you're passionate about and that you want to talk about, things you've seen. So come on, man, join me. Join the Papi panel, you know what I'm saying? Get on the table with us. Have a discussion. Let's talk about it. All right, America, yo, stand up. The patriarch is here. Hey, fatherhood. Love you guys. Peace. We out.